AOI has been a firm supporter all along of getting additional dollars for monitoring for DBQ. Afternoon, my name is Tom Wood. I am a resident of Northwest Portland, 22nd Avenue. I am an attorney who works with the Clean Air Act. Practically, that's the only thing I do all through the Western United States. An adjunct professor at Lewis and Clark Law School, where I teach the Clean Air Act. And also, I am the chair of the Air and Energy Subcommittee for Associated Oregon Industries, and it's in that capacity that I'm here today. I also, wearing the hat of Associated Oregon Industries, worked for, probably about 7 years with DEQ and a number of people in this room to help develop the current Oregon Air Toxics program. And I think it's a heck of a program. It's an odd thing for me with my background to be out there supporting the DEQ program so strongly. I think another key thing about the program that really brought industry to support it was the idea that it was based on monitoring. So that if we find some information out there that indicates that there's a potential issue, you will find that industry backs a solution on that. Everybody is in favor of addressing an actual problem. The concerns are raised more if you have something like the USA Today article that's based on modeling. The EPA just released last month their first response back of data from the follow-up monitoring that they did based on USA Today studies from 2 schools in Tennessee. And it turned out that the actual ambient levels were considerably lower than what was predicted by the modeling. That's a situation where it's hard to get people to back a solution. You come back and you show there's elevated levels, people will back it. And that is the core. That and pulling together the public to come up with creative solutions are really the core of the Oregon Air Toxics program.
You mentioned that industry wants to have good monitoring data.
Yeah.
Why don't they then put total monitors in the places where there's a suspicion there's a problem and make that data available to them?
Well, there are 2 things. You've heard a lot of confusion on discussion today between monitors that are on stacks, which is what industry can do, and ambient monitors. Ambient monitors are a different sort of creature, and they're a monitor that really has to be administered by the state for 2 reasons. One is just simply to get access to the locations to place them. The other is I've worked with a number of sources in different states who have placed monitors themselves, and if the data come back showing that there is not an issue and the monitor was not installed and operated by the state, then people say that's not valid data.
I mean, I mentioned Memphis, so if they think the answer is to monitor, why don't they start monitoring?
AOI has been a firm supporter all along of getting additional dollars for monitoring for DBQ. And we've pushed on that in the legislature, we've pushed on that in multiple fronts.
It's your assertion that industries want decent monitoring data that I'm reacting to.
Industry does want decent monitoring data. And you're talking about the same neighborhood where I'm raising my 2 children. This is of an interest to me as much as it is to anybody. But when I say that I want to see good monitoring data, it's not to single out one single source to say you shall pay for it. And it's going to benefit me, it's going to benefit my neighbors, but I want you to do all the payment for it. That's where I'm coming from. Industry would like to see decisions based off of good monitoring data, but to pick out one single source and say you are the only person we're going to turn to and expect to foot the bill.
I didn't say that. I would say if the industries worried about getting good data and they're worried about suspicions about they producing problems, then it would seem to me it would be in their best interest. I really believe these industries want to be good neighbors. It seemed to me they could enhance their ability to be a good neighbor by going that extra step in terms of getting the data that you believe they want. And I would imagine it would be good to have that data.
Industry would like to see the data. They'd like to see DEQ collect those data. DEQ is already collecting tens, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars per year just for the air permit and fees.